In this video, we'll talk about the input-output statements in Python, like how to read user input in Python, and also about some comparison operators and another Boolean type, which is another object type in Python. So let's begin. Let us assume that in your program, you require the user to input some value, and based on that, you want to do some computation or calculation. Let's look at that. So let's say my variable x has that value, and the keyword or the function that we use for input is exactly like this, input, and then parentheses. Now you can leave it as it is, or you can put like some message asking the user to, let's say, enter the number, and because the message is like an English sentence, you should put them in quotes because quotes means it's a string type. Okay, so here I'm going to read user input, and let's say I don't want to do much, but rather just like print that. And so I'm going to just like run this. And notice like whatever message I printed inside this input shows up here. It's saying enter the number. Let's say the number is 8, and I'll hit enter again. And this is the output I get. I get this output because of this print statement here. This is the way to get to read user input. And just like a word of caution here, whatever input we are reading is of the string type. We haven't looked at the string type, but I think you have a good idea of what a string type is. Anything in quotes is a string, and everything we read in user input is a string. So here, if I want to do something like multiply 2 by this, right, 2 times, or maybe, I don't know, x divided, let's say something, some number, some numeric operation here, and then run this. Let me run it again. Right, this is going to give me this error, and that's because every time I read anything as a user input, it's a string type. And so I should be, if I want to use that number as like in some computation, I should convert it to a number type, for example, an int or a float. So I'll do int 4 and then divided by 2, and this should work. So enter the number 8, and I get like 2.2. This is how we read a user input. The other thing that we're looking at in this video is another object type in Python, which is known as the Boolean type. So there are two things that we can do. For example, let's assume we have this variable x and exactly true and s2 equals false. So if I create these, and let me just like get rid of this and run this. So s1 and s2 are created. If I do a type on s1, right, it's going to give me this class bool, which is Boolean. Boolean is another object type in Python. It's like it takes only two values, true and false. But why is this so important to us? Well, it's important to us because we will be comparing things, and then we are going to get those results in the form of a true or a false. Let me show you some examples. So we are looking at more operators now. We know the arithmetic operators. Now we're looking at logical operators, or like comparison operators rather, not logical yet, but this is comparison operators. Let's say s1 is a variable that has some value 3, s2 is another variable that has value 5. I want to compare them, seeing like if s1 is greater than s2 or not. So for that, we have this like less than or greater than operator. So s1, whether s1 is less than s2 or not. So essentially I'm asking the like my interpreter or this Python environment whether this is true or not, right? So let me run this. And okay, I forgot the print, because without the print we are not going to get any output, right? So let me just like do a print, and the outcome of this is going to be a true or a false. Let me run this. So this is true. S1 is indeed less than S2. Okay, what happens if I do the reverse? Is S1 greater than S2? Let me just like run it. It's false, obviously, because S1 is not greater than S2. In addition to this, you can also include this equal to sign, and like obviously now it's going to be false. But then in this case, this equal to will also be included. For example, they are equal, but still this is not greater, right? And so, but you can include this as well. So let me just do that again. Okay, it should return a true. Okay, sometimes it just takes more than usual. All right, let me just try doing something here. Okay, but the point remains that we can try it. So you can just like go ahead and try it. For some reason this is hanging for me for some time, but this essentially takes into consideration the equal to part as well. Similar to that, you can say less than equal to. So something like less than equal to is also possible here. and then you can check the outcome as a true or a false. So these are some of the important relational operators using which we get a Boolean outcome, and that will help us a lot when we start writing our control flow statements. So see you in the next video when we try doing that.